Hey, welcome on in everyone to Hobby Hangout. We're going to do another top 5 video today, and we're going to be taking a look at 5 infantry units plus 2 honorable mentions for free-to-play players from level 1 to level 40. Before we get started here, same rules apply as last time, but instead of wimps, we're going to be using the portable wall as our 3 units, and then the rest will just be that 1 unit that we're going to be talking about. Guys, if you haven't seen the top 5 free-to-play vehicles out right now, make sure to go check that out. The videos on my channel. And if you could, make sure to like, comment, and especially subscribe. We have another stream coming this Wednesday, and that's going to be 6/9. So make sure to come check that out and come hang out with us. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started here and place our portable walls, and then we'll go ahead and talk about our first unit. And this is our first honorable mention here. That's going to be the sniper, guys. So as we talk about this unit right here, this is a good unit. It does very good critical damage. As you can see, it can hit pretty much all over the field. It's unlocked at level 24. And it is relatively easy to rank up. Now, some things to note about the sniper is that it does require the Spec Ops Center. At R6, it has a max health of 190. And it does cost a decent amount of special resources and steel, so it's hard to put it up higher than that. Taking a look at the damage specs here at R6, it does 121 to 148 damage with 93 offense with a crit chance of 5%, but a crit chance against soldiers of 50%. So it is that heavy crit chance. It takes 3 turns to reload, which is good. It has 2 additional attacks. Not ones I'd really recommend researching. It's going to be that armor piercing round and that quick shot. It's not necessarily worth the nanos in my opinion. I think the first shot itself is good. Getting it from rank 1 all the way to rank 5 takes a little bit under 50,000 SP, so it's not a terrible SP grind to get it all the way to R5. And then to R6, it isn't that bad, about 103,000, but again, it's probably not the unit I'd focus on the most. This is a good unit to grab when you can. The only issue is that you're going to be very limited by bars because these units do cost bars to produce. At a level 15 barracks, it costs 4 bars to produce per unit, and that doesn't include the Spec Ops Center, which you have to build before, which costs 40 bars. So make sure to start saving those bars if you want to use these units. But again, they're a great unit to use. I'd highly recommend adding it to your collection. Now, we'll go ahead and get started with the last honorable mention here. And we're going to have to change up the rules a little bit for this. So we're going to go ahead and add some wimps to the front. And I think you guys can take a guess as to where this is going to be going. And let's see here. That's right. For all of you guys guessing out there, it is going to be the Peacekeeper. Now, this is a relatively new unit, and it's a relatively different unit to the game. This is for the missions in the Southern Heartland, and what this unit does is it's kind of for a specific group of campaign missions where you have to arrest people, not kill people. So this unit cannot actually kill a unit with its baton attack. The only one that it can technically kill a unit with is with this stun grenade, which does a whopping, there you go, 1 damage. Now, this is a good unit, and the reason it's a good unit is because it doesn't take a whole lot to produce. It's unlocked at level 36, so you can get it a little bit later down the line, but it's a very tanky unit once you rank it up. So at R6, it has 330 HP and 225 armor for a total of 555 in total. Now, the damage isn't anything to write home about, as you've seen. I'm going to have to finish all these guys out with the wimps, but it does have a diverse group of attacks here. You have the stun, the baton, and then you have the handcuffs. The handcuffs really aren't applicable here, so we aren't going to use that for this fight. This unit is relatively easy to get from rank 1 to rank 4, and that being, again, a little bit over 50,000 HP. That's probably where I'd stick it. Probably doesn't need to go higher than that. But yeah, from to rank 5, it's 71,000. To rank 6, it is a whopping 225,000 SP. Now, if you have, it's unlocked at barracks level 8, and if you have a level 15 barracks, your total cost on this one is going to be 1,400 steel, and let's round up and call it 1,200 gold. This is a great tanking frontline unit. So again, would highly recommend this unit. They're kind of fun to use. They're easy to mass produce. They cost no secondary resources. So they're not going to do anything crazy. But again, these guys are cool to add to your collection. I think they personally look really neat. But guys, make sure to go ahead and add a couple of these to your collection. And we'll go on and begin the official top 5 countdown. And we're switching back over to portable walls. And our first one, so number 5, is going to be not that guy. The Demolitionist. I am curious about the feedback that I'm going to get on this unit. This is a unit I personally like, and let me show you why. Now, when I click on the unit, you can see I can attack every single unit on the field. There is no limit to what unit I can attack with this, and it has no reload speed. So I just attack with that unit. It can attack immediately again. It can do this 4 times in a row, and then it has an 8-turn reload cooldown. At a max level 6, this can get 165 HP, and its damage is 114 to 171, so a bit of a wide range at level 6 with an offense of 48 and a crit chance of 5. This is a pretty easy unit to rank up relative to some of the other units on this list. I have mine at R5 right now. That's probably where I'm just going to keep them at, but they're very good at R5. But guys, we'll go ahead and talk about R6 a little bit more here. At R6, they have a bravery of 35, defense of 70, and a dodge of 40. So again, nothing crazy in terms of defensive stats, but guys, it's that ability to continuously attack in a row that's going to do wonders for you. Now, taking a look at the training costs and prereqs here, there are no prereqs, so no spec ops center needed. Cost-wise, it is going to cost you some of those valuable resources. So at a level 15 barracks, it's going to cost you 4 bars, 1,260 steel, and 1,100 or 11,200 gold. Again, these are great units. You can pretty easily mass produce them especially if you're good on bars. And their ability to attack over the field. They have a decent amount of HP. Definitely worth adding to your collection. And with that, we'll go ahead and take a look at our number 4 slot. Alrighty, guys. So with the top 4 and top 3 spot here, I was a little bit indifferent as to where I should put these, so I'm sure this will create a little bit of controversy. But guys, let's go ahead and check out these units. And number 4, we're going to have the Allied Cannoneer. Guys, this is a unit that is unlocked very early on at level 16, and it does some damage, and they are very easy to rank up as well. So guys, getting this one from level 1 to level 5 takes about a little bit under 50,000 SP. These are great units. Their area of attack is very good, so it can hit multiple units. It's unlocked at a very early level. So why is it only number 4? Why isn't it up higher? That's a good question. Here's a little bit of a limit in terms of getting this unit, and you all know what I'm about to say, but you need skulls to get this unit. Not only do you need skulls, but you do need the Raider training camp, which is going to cost you 30 skulls, so start saving those skulls. But with that, at a level 10 Raider training camp, it's going to cost you 5 skulls per unit. Again, that's a lot of investment into these units. And at level 6, guys, at R6, this thing has 265 HP, so it is a strong unit with a good attack. And also, guys, I would just recommend adding a couple of these. You know, they're not going to be the most easily mass-producible unit, but make sure to grab a couple. They're super fun to use, and they have that wide range of attack. So make sure to go ahead and add those to your collection. So next up, at spot number 3. And I hinted at it earlier, I was a little torn between these units, so I'm sure you guys have a guess as to what's coming here next. But here we have the TF2 unit, the Soldier. Guys, this is a great unit, and this is just barely topping out the Allied Cannoneer, in my opinion, and we'll go ahead and talk about that. Now, where we're at, we're going to talk about this one a little bit differently. So I have this one at R4 right now, which is the highest rank you can get it at level 40 within the cap. So let's take a look at it that way. Right now it has 270 HP. with a very strong attack, as you can see. Um, it is the attacks aren't centered in the middle here, so it's going to do a good amount of damage to the outside perimeters of that attack as well. Now the reason that I'm ranking this unit so high is because you can mass produce these things like crazy, and it's not going to cost very much at all. So, at a level 15 barracks, this costs 245 wood and 525 iron with 7,000 gold. Now, at a level 1 barracks, which is when you unlock this unit, level 1, it costs 10,000 gold, 350 wood, and 750 iron. So, even with that, it is not very hard to produce whatsoever. Very easy for free-to-play players to get their hands on. It's only unlocked at level 13. This might be the most critical unit to get very early on for free-to-play players. Another thing to note, they have 2 attacks. They have the grenade that goes through across and the rocket launcher. These are both good attacks. I would stick with the rocket launcher attack if you can, though. That's just going to do more damage and has more armor piercing. So make sure to stay focused on that. And last but not least, when you're at an earlier level, when you're struggling with bars, produce a lot of these, but if it goes to the hospital, just hold off on healing them in the hospital, as they don't cost bars to produce, but they do cost bars to heal, and sometimes that can get people stuck and even locked out of the naval mission. So guys, don't heal these until you are confident in your supply of bars. Just produce more from the barracks. Alrighty, guys, and on to number 2 here. This might be my most controversial pick yet. We'll go ahead and lay out our portable walls, but we don't even need to. We're just going to lay them out in the front. You've seen them in every video we've done, almost every video we've done so far. And this might surprise some of y'all, but it's actually going to be the Wimp at the 2 slot. So you saw that little message there. You can only deploy 3 Wimps per fight. Now, if these units are so good, why are we putting them at 2 and not 1? There's one reason, and this is more so a free-to-play tier list. The Wimps aren't going to really do anything for you until they get to R6. And to get to R6, you're looking at about 242,000 SP invested into this unit. That is a lot of SP. And at rank 1, it has 50 health. At rank 2, it has 51 health. All the way up to rank 5, where it only has 100 health. Guys, this is not a viable unit at all until you get it to R6, but everyone knows the Wimp. They love the Wimp. This is a unit where I'd put the most of your time in terms of investing in the unit. It can hit free across. It can hit free front to back. At rank 6, which I have him right now, it has 350 HP with some pretty mean stats. These cost just about nothing to produce. You can mass produce them. They're unlocked at level 12, so you can start early. Guys, just make sure to get your Wimps leveled up. But again, the reason I can't personally put this in at 1 is because this is a lot of investment to use this unit to make it good to where it needs to be. And the unit in front of it, I think, is just better right off the bat. So that's why the Wimp for me is in the number 2 position. And then moving on to the number 1 position here, guys. I think most of you are able to guess it, but if you haven't, give me 1 second and we'll go ahead and load it up. It's the Field Agent. Guys, there's a reason that I have 40 of these units. You can mass produce them pretty easily, especially when you rank up. Now, the Field Agent is unlocked at level 25 and has 3 separate types of attacks. These attacks, from my knowledge, are all unlocked at level 1, but you unlock the 3rd ability slot at level 4, at rank 4. Now, it has the first attack that I use, which is the Tear Gas, which affects all infantry units. The EMP Blast only affects vehicles, so no vehicles here, you can't use it. And then the 3rd attack, which is a pretty powerful silenced pistol attack, which has a good chance of doing crit, but no crit right there. So guys, I have mine at level 5. These are great out of the get-go at level 1 with 150 HP at level 1, but at R6, it has 225 HP, guys. This attack gets, this pistol attack gets pretty good. Where I have it right now, it does between 95 and 116 damage with a crit chance of 30% and an offense of 81. Guys, these are must-have units. They do not cost that much to use. And at level 1, they cost 9,500 gold, 1,150 iron, and 3 bars. So they do require those bars to produce. but they do not require steel, making them very easy to mass produce, especially once you get in the hang of getting bars and you have a bunch of them built up. Healing cost, once you get to hospital level 3, they're only going to cost 1 bar to heal. Guys, I have them at level 5. It is a grind to get them from level 5 to level 6. You'll see at the end screen here. Make sure to get these. They're great. They have a wide area of attack. They have a solid pistol shot, and I would recommend getting a bunch of these. These are going to be crucial for boss strike. Make sure to have these lined up and ranked up for boss strike. Guys, that is my top 5 free-to-play infantry units for level 1 to level 40. I appreciate everyone checking it out. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on push notifications. Guys, again, remember, we do have our next stream coming at 6 p.m. EST this Wednesday on 6/9. I hope to see you there. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for hanging out with Hobby Hangout.